Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and our guest star Lair. Today we were actually filming a video that I was supposed to film a really long time ago. We're going to be filming the Do You Know Your Slang tag, and this was originally created by my friend Mel from a book fiend named Mel. So I thought a good fun thing would be to get somebody who doesn't get involved with the book community to guess the words also. The point of the tag is to read 8 keywords and then say what we think those words mean, and then recommend a book based on what we think those keywords are. He's not going to be recommending a book because he doesn't read. I'll be recommending a book, but I thought it'd be exciting to see his opinion. So yeah, thank you so much to Mel for tagging me. If you haven't or seen Mel around, I will link her down below. She's a really great YouTube channel and I fully recommend you check her out. Absolutely fabulous videos. So yeah, let's get started. Don't snake peek at these words.
I was looking at the page but nothing was going in, to be fair, so it's fine.
The first word is shook.
Isn't that just your standard shook? Like, that surprised me, that got me, ooh, twist, I'm shook, ooh, they fell in love, I'm shook.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well, that's what I think. Yeah, so like I'm shook. Oh my god, I'm shaken. Like,
yeah.
I didn't expect that to happen. Oh my goodness, what a twist. That's what I would say.
I am shooketh.
I'm shooketh. That's what I would say it is. And upon that keyword, my book recommendation is The Prison Healer by Lynette Noni, because this book did definitely have me shook. The ending of this, you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah, you read this book, you liked it, yeah?
Amazing.
This was a very good book with a very twist ending. A very twist ending? I don't think that's...
A good twist ending?
Yeah, sure. Was surprised because I loved the book the whole way through, but it takes a lot for me to want to continue a series. I cannot wait for the next one of this to come out because I need to know what's going to happen because I'm so surprised by the ending of this. Really good. If you haven't checked this out yet, it's a brand new release and I highly encourage you to do so. The second word is ship.
Oh yeah, this is when you ship 2 characters, when you like them together, not necessarily romantically, but you put 2 characters together, you ship their relationship, as in you adore their relationship, right?
I would say the same thing, except I would say it is romantically.
Really?
Personally, I would. I don't know. I ship those characters together. I mean, I suppose you could ship platonically, but I think for the most part it's romantically. I'm interested to know what you think down below. Do you think it can be used platonically or just romantically? Let me know. I'm excited to know. But I do have a book recommendation for this one. And that is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, because personally, I very much ship Jude and Carden.
Same. Jude
and Carden, the first time I read this series, I didn't understand. I was tweeting like, how do people like Carden? He's disgusting, he's vile. And he is, he's very toxic. But like, in real life, don't like toxic men. In books, really like toxic men because I don't actually have to put up with them. So I really liked Jude and Carden the second time I read this around. I shipped them 100%. If you have not read this series, it is a fantasy romance in the most incredible world. I love the world building. There's so much like political drama. It's not just a romance. If anything, like the romance, it is a fantasy romance, but if the romance is a little bit subdued in comparison to like the family drama, there's a lot of that. And I really, really enjoy this series. A very easy read. It's only 3 books long. Give it a try if you haven't already. Number 3 is Stan.
Oh yeah, you love someone. You really like. You're a big fan of someone.
We stan.
I don't know where that started from.
I don't care.
I've always wondered because I'm a fan. I stan. But what?
I would say the exact same thing. You're just a fan of something to like heavy levels. It might not even be right. Like I'm too old for this now. I'm 23. Stan Lee. Maybe that's where it originated. Stan Lee.
Maybe.
Now for this one, I picked Sarah J. Maas's Crescent City, House of Earth and Blood. I stan this book. This is my favourite book of all time. I adore it. I stan this book. I stan Sarah J. Maas. I'm sorry, I'm Sarah J. Maas trash. I love it. I love it. I have nothing else to say.
Sarah J. Maas trash. Maas trash.
Maas trash. That's what everyone says. Yeah, Maas trash. This is like some like urban fantasy, somewhat romance, but mostly just a really dark adult fantasy set in this urban world that kind of feels like New York. I don't know if it's supposed to be, but it feels like it. I absolutely love this book. So good. Bryce has my heart. Bryce Quinlan, I love her. I stan Bryce Quinlan more than anything. Hunt Athalar, love him to pieces. These characters are everything to me.
Do you ship anyone in here though?
I ship Bryce and Hunt, yes.
There you go.
I want to know, I don't think you're going to know this one.
Mm.
Number 4 is cinnamon roll.
What?
Yeah, there we go. I didn't think you'd know that. Because I don't use that term very often, well, ever.
Okay, the other ones are like pretty mainstream things. This. Can I get like a contact, use it in a sentence?
They're a cinnamon roll character. Which is a really big hint, actually.
You either like it, you hate it. Sweet.
Yeah.
With a hint of savoury.
No, like a cinnamon roll character is like, in my opinion, the really cute character. So like, they're the nice one. There's nothing nasty about them. They're so sweet. You love them. You want to like bundle them up in a big blanket and cuddle them to death.
Okay.
Cinnamon roll. I don't use the term. I don't like cinnamon roll characters either in my books, personally. Like, they're just not my favourite. I like complex characters with a grey morality. Grey morality? Is that?
I want a cinnamon roll.
I want a cinnamon roll. Should we get cinnamon rolls after this?
Yeah.
Now my book recommendation.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense. My book recommendation for a cinnamon roll character is Heartstopper, because both Nick and Charlie, to be honest, but mostly Nick, is the biggest cinnamon roll character I think ever to exist. Nick is my favourite character from this series. I love him to pieces. He is adorable. He is so supportive. My heart bleeds for Nick. Honestly, I love him so much. And he is a huge cinnamon roll character. If you have not read this book, where have you been? It is a graphic novel series with currently 4 volumes, but to be 5, where we follow Nick and Charlie. I think Charlie is gay, but Nick is exploring his sexuality at the beginning, kind of a bit confused. I think he finds out he's bi, and then we follow their relationship as it progresses through these volumes. The first one's very like standard cute romance, but as they go on, a lot happens. It gets a bit deep. It's really sad at sometimes, but it's one of my favorite. Well, it is my favorite graphic novel series. If you have not picked it up, I highly recommend. It will take you no time to fly through these. They're very short and very, very good. Number 5 is Trash.
Trash. Don't know if you're referring to the story or the book or the characters, but it's trash. It's not good.
It's not good.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know how I say like I'm Sarah J. Maas trash. That means I don't know what it means, but I'm trash for her. I suppose it just means like I love them so much, like I would do anything. Like I am trash. I am below them. They are better than me. I don't know.
I worship you.
Yeah, like I worship them. I don't know what it means, but I know how to use it, so I do know what it means. But you know words these days is too much, isn't it? Trash.
I don't understand.
I am trash for it. I love it.
Okay.
That's what I would say. But I don't know the real, like, full-on definition. So if anyone wants to tell me, please enlighten me. I would love to know. That goes for all of them. If we're wrong on any of them, I want to know. So let me know.
Okay.
So not what you thought?
No.
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 Bit more difficult than I thought.
I mean, under the context, if you said I am trash for it, you used that term, sort of got what you meant. Trash on its own is like, yeah, that's trash.
Yeah.
Sucks.
Well, you see my tweets. You know I use it.
Yeah.
So my book recommendation for the word trash is Kingdom of the Wicked by Carrie
Because you hated
Maniscalco.
it because that wasn't a good book in your opinion.
No.
I'm lying.
It's because it was my second favourite book, I think, of 2020. I absolutely adored this book, so I am therefore trash for it. I think. Again, the first in a fantasy romance series. Clearly I have a favourite genre. Set in like Italy, I think. There's 2 witch twins. One of them dies or is murdered, and the other one sees who did it or who she thought did it, and that was Wrath, one of the princes of hell. Honestly, this is a roller coaster of emotions. I've seen a lot of mixed reviews about this, and I get it. I totally get the mixed reviews. It just worked for me personally. I really, really enjoyed it. I love this book so much. Number 6 is Salty.
That's. See, I think I know, but then I feel like I really don't. I feel like it's a cinnamon roll trash sort of deal. Salty, as in, it's like, I think of it in terms of, ooh, you're salty, as in you're a bit, I don't know.
So I'm like salty about it, I'm bitter about it.
I didn't think so.
Like,
yeah, fair enough.
salty and bitter. Like, I'm annoyed.
Yeah.
I hold a grudge. I'm just salty about it. And I do have a book recommendation for being bitter. I do. And that is Lair of Dreams by Libba Bray. I did a reading vlog where I read this. I will link it somewhere if I remember. And this is the second book in the Diviners series. And also one of the worst books I've read. I'm sorry if you love this book, that is fine. More the power to you, because I wish I did. But this book, in my opinion, was awful. I loved the Diviners, I loved the setting, I loved the characters. Evie was a bit of an odd bod, but, you know, she was full of life. She wasn't exactly selfless, but she was nice to her friends. This book was gross. We had the same plot reused over and over and over again. It involves a dream world. We end up doing the same thing in this dream world every single night, but I don't want to spoil anything more. I just don't understand why that was okay. Then we have all of the characters who are all ruined. Like, Evie is the worst person ever to read about. I can't stand her in this book. And she lost that, like, charm of, like, oh yeah, she was full of life. She was all about herself. But she was nice, you know? Not this girl. This girl's awful. And to be honest, it's too big of a book to have recycled content. Like, you just could have just cut that out. Number 7 is Lit.
That's lit. I'm so lit. Damn like this. I'm so... It's really awesome. That's cool as hell. That's great.
Oh god.
Right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Lit is like that thing that kids use.
Yeah.
That I don't know anyone my age using
That's
the word lit. My book recommendation for, like, being lit or, like, having a good time, I couldn't really find
From
one.
what you told me about this book, lit is just...
Lit does not describe this book in any way, shape or form. But going with the I couldn't find one, okay? So the pretense of going with lit was just going to be having a good time. And that is Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. Now, I had a good time. It's definitely not lit in terms of, like, wild, drunk lit, if that's that's what it is, I don't know. But I had a good time. This is a really short, translated work from Japanese, I believe. And you enter a time-travelling cafe where you can visit either the past or the future of somebody who was sat at that table in that cafe. But you have, like, some rules. So they'll pour you a cup of coffee, you return to the past, but if you don't finish your coffee and return to the present before the coffee gets cold, you'll be stuck as a ghost forever, I think, if I remember correctly. But this is just the most heart-wrenching story. It's like a bunch of short stories coming together in one overall flow. Number 8, which is the final word, is tea.
Is that like, ooh, spill the tea, give me the tea? Like, there's a lot of juicy sort of content in there.
What does juicy content mean?
Twists, relationships, maybe between characters that you weren't expecting, drama generally, you know?
Yes, I suppose so.
Yes.
I've gone with something a bit different, like a tea drama. So, like, tea, there's something to spill, like tea, shade, you know, that kind of thing.
Drink lemonade.
And so what I've gone for is a book that I have tea about, and that is City of Brass by Cassandra Clare, but I'm talking about the entire Mortal Instruments series. This was opposite of good trash. This is not lit.
It was a bit salty.
I don't stand it. I'm salty about it.
And you're shook.
You can't ship it because it's incest. Oh. Or is it?
Don't taste like no cinnamon roll.
No cinnamon rolls. Overall, that was a bit much, wasn't it? I still haven't read the last book in this series, but I've read the rest of them. I've tried reading the last book 4 times in the last 2 months. I cannot get through it. I'm horrified by these books. I'm actually getting rid of them, like they're getting on hold. I just happen to still have them here. Honestly, I'm just gonna be honest. I know a lot of people love them, that's great. If I'd read them when I was younger, perhaps, but this is the most problematic series ever. Some of the things they say, I literally can't believe are being said. Some of the plot lines that are in there, I'm like, oh my god, honestly. And they were written a while ago, so, you know, fine. A lot of book series written back then were problematic. But overall as well, the writing is awful. Cassandra Clare is not exactly a bad writer, because I've read The Infernal Devices, where I don't like the writing, but the plot's good. But the problem is there'll be like an action scene, and she will over-describe everything. like, someone will go to stab someone and she'll talk about the moon and the stars in the sky and how they reflect upon the eyes as he stabs him. And I'm like, oh, just stab him already, I don't care. Like, I don't care. And then the characters, there's like 2 characters that you're supposed to like together, and there's drama, and then there's not, and then there's twists, and then there's not. I don't know how anyone could ship them. They are so toxic, and the minute they finally resolve everything and you think it's all going to be happy and Larry, they're like, oh, I don't like you, oh, I don't, I'm angry at you. And I'm like, for what, bitch? For what? Nothing's happened. How can you be angry? Let us know what we were right on, what we were wrong on, how we did. Do you like any of the recommendations? Are you going to try any of the recommendations? Do you think I'm terrible at giving recommendations? Should I just delete my whole channel? Yeah. Let us know. And make sure you go and subscribe and go and watch the original tag from Mel. Make sure you like it, comment over there as well. Thank you so much for tagging me. All of Liam's links will also be in the description.
Oh, plug.
Plug it. Liam is a writer and has a website where you can see all of his short films, TVs, comics. What else do you do? Anything else? Whatever else. The radio plays.
Thank you. Goodbye.
His Instagram will also be down below with his graphic art. And yeah, that is everything. Stop. We were trying to fix my tripod. We don't just have tape sitting on the side. No. Anywho, thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video. Can you look at the screen, please?
Yeah.
See you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.